simple question. If you pull the hair like that, like Martinez did, is it a red card?
It is a red card. I was advising someone recently. We had this play in the Arsenal-Chelsea on the Women's Champions League. And anytime there's a hair pull from the refereeing perspective, you immediately think, okay, red card. Now, are there any considerations that would take it down from a red card? And here, there's a pull, there's a tug. Many like to argue, well, he didn't intend to do it. He didn't mean to do it, or vice versa in all these other games. But once you have that pull and that grab, and it's that clear, that's been something that's been determined by IFAB as violent conduct, red card, keep it there. And there was a full kind of a grab and a tug, as opposed to, let's say he had maybe longer hair like Cucurella does in Chelsea, right? And it might be a grab of the t-shirt more than the hair. But this one's a very clear cut from the officiating standards that it is required and requested for it to be a red card.
Yeah, we saw that in the FIFA Club World Cup, didn't we, with Cucurella and his massive wig getting pulled. And of course, the red card was produced there as well. Let me ask you a question about the 3-game suspension now. You mentioned violent conduct. For me, it was a pretty soft decision, full stop. But 3-game suspension for a decision like that. Would you agree with that personally?
See, I don't personally agree with a full 3-game ban on these. I know it's coined as violent conduct, right? Because there's no opportunity to play the ball. You're not playing the ball in a fair manner. But there's some of these considerations that you want to determine and you want to allow and leave within a committee to make a determination as to were there mitigating circumstances that could have risen to a little bit. So was there a little bit of a hair pull? The answer is yes. But when we talk about these types of hair pulling incidents, usually you see it when someone has already beat, turned, ran, and they're going in a completely different direction. And it does like more of a whiplash action to someone's head. Those I can justify 3. This one, you're still tugging, you're still pulling. The player's not running in a complete opposite direction at 100% speed. I feel like these are the ones that I would prefer that the committee to take a look at it and see, is there a mitigating circumstance to elevate to 3 games? Or do you keep it for a 1-game suspension? But unfortunately, that's not where the referees determine, but it's where the committee, I think, should get to.
Yeah, Christina, we'll leave it there. Great stuff as always. Thanks for clearing that up for us. We'll speak to you very soon here on Scoreline. Ian, there was no danger of anyone tugging your hair during your playing career. You shaved your head for most of your...
I didn't have as much hair as Christina had, that's for sure. I tell you what, I can't imagine it's a nice feeling, though, when you do get the tug of the hair. Now, and then for me personally, with that type of a decision, I would look at that, obviously being old school, and say it's an incredibly soft decision. I don't agree with the 3-game suspension. I'm very much with Christina on that one. But I still think, you know, United go down to 10 players in a big game where Leeds are trying to get away from relegation. United are trying to seal top 4 and obviously finish in as high a position they possibly could. Even within this game, United could still finish top of the table with the points had it completely collapsed. They still had a chance, but I just found the decision an interesting one, and I probably wouldn't want to see that given too often as a red card, but that's the old school in me. To the letter of the law, as Christina just said, it is a red.
That decision notwithstanding, it wasn't a great performance, was it, for Manchester United? They started slowly. I know they had the mitigating circumstances of such a long break. 24 days is a long, long time, over 3 weeks between their last competitive game and this one. But even after going 2 goals down, it wasn't really very good at all, was it, from them, apart from the last sort of, 15 minutes or so when they woke up?
Well, United created more chances with 10 players than they actually did with 11 players. I thought they were better with 10 players than they were with 11 players. Interesting decision to go with Šeško up top here. I didn't think he had a good game. He was pretty poor in front of goal. He had 3 shots on target, but not much quality. Many people would say he should have scored, but he didn't score. At the end of the day, that's the biggest disappointment for United. They didn't score enough, and he didn't take enough of their opportunities that they created in this matchup. You're going up against a rival. This is Leeds United against Manchester United. What is it, the M52 that separates the two?
Oh, they hate each other, these two.
They don't like each other. The fans don't like each other. Players don't like each other. Now I know it's a very international game now, and I get it. You know, there's not many of the English players out there in that starting 11 that would understand this rivalry. But United under Carrick have been excellent. Right? Having that first defeat is a big disappointment for them. So I just don't think it was good enough. Actually, many other players didn't play well. I didn't think Bruno Fernandes played well. I really didn't. Thought his passing at times was disappointing. He got the assist, obviously, for Casemiro, as we pointed out, to get his 7th headed goal in a Premier League this season, which is a great record. But I didn't think his passing was good. Diallo as well, Ahmad, I thought was very, very poor in this game. Touched the ball 25 times. The 23-year-old has got to play so much better than that at home. I'm not a fan of Ugarte. I'm not a fan of him at all. I never really have been a fan of him in a United jersey. He's been very good elsewhere. But this was a poor performance. And sometimes you make defensive errors. Euro, poor. Very poor. Martinez, poor, sent off, not good enough. And I think United paid the price for the fact that Leeds United came in with a mentality, an attitude to just get the result. And they played well in the first half. Leeds, they deserved it.
Doesn't change the goal for United this season. Clearly, it's to finish inside the top 5, qualify again for the Champions League, which they weren't in this season. They're now level on points with Villa, as we saw from the table. But do you still think they'll get there in the top 5?
Big games coming up for them, though. Not easy games for Manchester United, especially when you lose that first game under Carrick at Old Trafford. The next one's at Chelsea, which is a massive game for Chelsea. Obviously, they're trying to get themselves into Champions League contention. And then you've got Brentford at home and then Liverpool at home. United would love to finish above Liverpool, of course, but also push them out of the Champions League running. I'm sure that's a personal attack. But the final 3 games are very winnable for United.
Winnable, but all but 2 of those games have something on it for both sides. Chelsea, they're trying to finish in the top 5. Brentford, they're trying to qualify for Europe for the first time. Liverpool clearly as well in the top 5.
Yep.
Sunderland's one you'd say, well, what are they playing for? Forest, they're trying to escape relegation, and Brighton are in a similar position to Sunderland. So there's only 2 out of 6 games there where you're playing a team that you could maybe say are on the beach. The other lot are going to be fighting for their lives.
Actually, United should win every single one of those games. If you look at the form sides, Chelsea not in great form. United should go there and actually cause some problems to them. City did a great job of that in the second half. Against Brentford, Brentford are drawing a lot of games right now, so it's a difficult one, but you're at home in front of your own supporters, you should win that game. If you look at the difference between Manchester United and Liverpool right now, Manchester United are playing better football. They're in better form. They should be beating Liverpool, but it's a big ask. It's still Liverpool. They've got better players than what Manchester United have. And then you look at the final 3. Sunderland, away from home, very difficult game, but United can still go there, probably as an underdog on the day, get that type of a result. And then you've got Forest at home, which could decide what happens with Nottingham Forest, who are in a relegation battle, before you play against Brighton, who are probably one of the most informed teams in the Prem right now. So it's a difficult ask, but United will finish, I don't think, in the top 5. I think United has finished 3rd in the Prem this year.
Speaking of the relegation battle, this was a massive performance, a massive result for Leeds.
Yeah.
Do you think that gives them, because they're not mathematically safe at all yet, but does that give them the confidence that they will survive this season in the Premier League?
Adam, what a result. What a great result that was for Leeds. I mentioned it early. It's a fucking good result, that is. It's a massive result for them at Old Trafford to win for the first time since 1981. I wasn't born. I was born in 1981. I wasn't even born in February 1981 when they last won at Old Trafford. It's a remarkable result that they pulled out there. But they did it incredibly. They played great football in the first 45 minutes. Their statistics don't lie. First half, better team. A lot of their chances came inside that penalty area. They were almost playing tiki-taka football, which is probably Farke's style, but also the players like Aronson getting involved, Okafor obviously getting involved, and having 10 shots at Old Trafford in the first half of a game. Even if they had less possession of the ball, they were the more dangerous side by an absolute mile. Listen to this real quickly. The passing of the ball, accurate passes. United had 226 accurate passes in the first half of that game. Leeds had 172 accurate passes in the first half of that game. United touched the ball only 10 times in the first half in the opposition box. Leeds touched the ball 21 times at Old Trafford in the first half alone. It's a big performance. And sometimes you need courage. You need to just go for it. Farke's done a great job with Leeds, I think. I think he's a good manager. But the players stepped up. Big performance.
I think as well, when you look at those fixtures compared to what Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, where even West Ham have got, they've got the easiest fixtures as well.
Who do you think? Now, obviously, Leeds now. You would have to say Leeds are probably going to be safe.
Oh, I think they'll be fine.
Result, right?
I think they'll be fine even without that.
Who do you think goes down now? From this point of view, with that type of a result right there from Leeds, you've got Nottingham Forest, who are OK, but they've got, obviously, West Ham, who are probably in better form than them. Tottenham can't win a game. They haven't won one in the Premier League in 26. So who is it? Is it Tottenham or is it...
If you're pushing me to give an answer now, I say Spurs. If Spurs beat Brighton at the weekend, De Zerbi going up against his old club, then I'll change that. I think it's Forest that goes down.
So you wouldn't choose Leeds?
No, oh no, no.
So then what we're saying is...
I think personally, I thought Leeds was safe even if they'd lost this game. I just think they've got, they're fighting in the right way and they have enough to survive. So
what you're saying is that victory there is basically survival in the Premier League. By the way, great performance from Brendan Aronson as well, by the way. Top-class performance from him. And also Okafor, who stood out by a country mile. Doesn't matter if it's deflected, that second goal. It's a big-time performance from him.
Just quickly, another person who was very happy with the performance from Leeds was Erling Haaland. He posted on social media. Obviously, there's a connection that his father's got because he was a legendary player for Leeds.
I think wasn't he born in Leeds?
He was born in Leeds, yes. and as a Manchester City player, a rival of Manchester United clearly too, he was watching the game on Sky Sports and put "get in" on social media. So I think he was quite happy with Leeds winning that one as well.
I wonder if he'll score a goal in the Prem soon.
Be hoping they survive in the Premier League.